Hey there, it is Dusty once again with the story for you. This one is a petty revenge story titled, You Want Us to Break Up? Fine. My mother-in-law is truly awful. She constantly makes remarks about my not deserving my fiance. We are a sort of modern couple, with him bringing in 70% of the money and doing about 30% of the household chores, and me vice versa. It's not an exact math, of course, but we are content with the workload and bill division. My mother-in-law thinks that I should do all of the chores and calls my job a small part-time gig that I should be happy to do to help out without neglecting my duties. Neglecting duties? Oh boy.
Nice sidestep on the duties.
Yeah. Totally sidestepped that duties thing. Oh, wait.
Who?
Fiance disagrees, but going low contact is difficult when his father and his sister-in-law, brother's wife, and I have gotten close. So my fiance, his brother and sister-in-law, and I schemed to have me break up with him in front of his mom just to leave a wake of disastrous consequence to show her. When she next made a remark at New Year's about it being time for him to find a traditional wife, I said she was right and broke it off. I wonder how many times you rehearsed this before actually doing it, right? Be like, you know what? That's it. You're right. Finally, it was the 373rd time that you said it. It finally sank in. You are right. He deserves so much better. I am gone. Goodbye, David. She was shocked immediately and tried to walk it back. Oh. My fiance had a meltdown begging me to stay while my brother-in-law and his wife instigated it further. Yes, accomplices. She started to panic as I stormed out, and my fiance moved back home and has begun bugging her to do all the things I do on the daily. Oh my God, they took this far. He moved back in, cooking and helping him with his New York time puzzles and steaming his clothes and claiming she owes him for making me leave. They took this so far. He moved back in. That's fantastic. So this woman has been calling me nonstop, begging to talk, and after just 8 days, she showed up at my work to full-on apologize, complete with a confession that blew me away. She legit admitted to thinking that I loved him enough to let her say whatever without consequence, and assumed that bugging me would get me to do more for her son so he could have more time for her and time to relax. That's not better. He currently works long hours, and owning a home is a goal for us. And though I also work doubles, she thinks that customer service isn't as hard as IT, even though working with the public is super exhausting. She cried and begged me to take him back and said he was lazy. Ha! Ha! They took this so far. I'm so happy. This is like a present. When I reluctantly agreed, she promised to leave me alone, and the next day sent me a gift basket with C's candy in it. My fiance admitted he started to be extra needy to her on purpose after the second day because he missed me and wanted to drive her crazy enough to get her to apologize quick. And that's it. That is the end of bravo. Also, there it is. Petty thunder. Love the petty thunder here. This is so fantastic. Now, I don't think Mama's out of the woods yet because she's promised to leave you alone, but the logic she deployed here to do what she did to justify her constantly nagging and putting you down. So the whole time she was putting you down to try to motivate you to do more so that she could gain more time with her son. I thought that by beating you down, it would lift you up automatically. Wow. Bravo to all involved who played their parts perfectly. Perfectly. And I love how hubby's like 2 days in, I just cranked it up to 11 because I missed my wife. Okay, say that we're in this situation, which we never would be. But if we were in this situation, taking it so far that I actually would move back home to make this point is crazy. That is a crazy level of commitment, and I'm here for it. But wow, would we ever be willing to go so far to make a point? What do you think? And obviously this would never happen to us because we have great great in-laws, both of us. But like,
So would we ever go this far to make a point?
yeah,
Absolutely, we would go this far to make a point. I'm petty.
I would not,
petty.
not because I lack the pettiness, but because the cost of making this point would be time away from you.
I love how
I could see that was no consideration for you at all, though. And with that, I'll let you handle the rest of the show. I guess you don't need me.
I feel like that's petty. That's petty. That's petty bitch mode. I think that we. Now you made me lose my train of thought. I think that's the right saying for that. But I think she like restored factory settings here in the mom. Like she was like, this ain't gonna work for me. We're gonna have to set this. Yeah.
Reset.
Before we get married, we're gonna have to set this straight, and we're gonna need to do something before I agree to marry you. And they did, and they shut the shit down. And she even got like a gift basket with candy in it. So I think the tides have turned, and I think this should go in our manual for men who get married, who are still attached to their mom, and also mother-in-laws who are overbearing. It should be like, here, watch this video and this story. Whether the story is true or not, doesn't matter. It's like, this is just a guide of how you should play things out. A guide of what not to do, or a guide of what to do if this is your life.
Okay, I would second your statement here that this should be part of a manual, because this is also an art of working as a we, right? There was no like, there's this problem with your mom, and I feel this way, and you feel this way, and we're moving in different directions.
Yes.
They moved as a unit. Not only that,
They brought in brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
yeah, they started
It's like
building
a
the
four.
52-man roster. They started like expanding their team, and the fact that they were able to work together in unison on this is why they had success so quickly.
I agree.
Now the question is, do you tell mother-in-law? Ever?
Never.
Do you ever tell her?
To the grave. To the grave. The whole way. You never speak of this again.
To her grave, at least.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd be standing there at the funeral being like, there's something I gotta tell you.